guys, welcome back to Carport Autos on what ain't too bad a day. Back on with the Fiat 500 Lounge. You'll have seen in the last video that we did the mechanical side of things. So we did timing belt, water pump, full service on it, and we also got to the source of the leak that we had, so which was the thermostat. We changed the thermostat out, we ran up the temperature, everything's spot on with it. Also changed the drop links on it because we noticed that it seems to be a common problem on Fiat 500s in drop links being a bit of a pain. So you'd be driving out road and you can hear like a knocking noise. You think everything's sorted on suspension. We had the same with the white Fiat 500 Pop. We'd sorted all suspension out on it, and then driving it down the road, it was still making a noise. Changed drop links, noise has gone. So that's the reason why we changed that on that. This video going to be back on with the bodywork side of things. Obviously you can see there where I did the work. So we'll be concentrating back on bodywork. So repainting the wing because there was some dirt nibs and it looked a bit crap. So I've gone over it again. Well, I will be going over it again, should I say. And then obviously we'll be getting some paint and we'll be shooting that through, going on the bumper and the bonnet, getting that boned up so we can get the wing back on, get all the bumper back on, get this back together, and then all that really left to do on it will be looking at on the passenger side, the door handle, which don't look right, and then obviously the aerial at the back. Because it is a Cat S, we'll obviously be sticking this through an MOT, even though there is MOT on it until about October time, I believe. So, but because the Cat S, they do need to go through an MOT, so we'll be doing that. And then obviously if there is anything that comes back from that, we will be doing. So yeah, let's crack back on with things. If you remember in the last video when I was doing bodywork on car and I painted this wing, I said that there were a couple of dirt nibs in it and I wanted to give it another couple of coats of paint. So what I've done, I've sanded all the dirt nibs down, give it a light dusting with some 600. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go back over it. Hopefully it'll come out a little bit better. So as I say, scuffed it up with some 600, got rid of the dirt nibs that was in it. And now I'm just going to give it a couple of coats of paint, see how it turns out. Hopefully it'll turn out okay. But what I can do is after I put a couple of coats on it, once we've got once it's fully cured, and go over it with some like 2,500 grit sand, wet and dry, and then obviously buff it up with polisher. But obviously I'll do that when it's on the car because it's a lot more sturdy when it's on the car. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Right, and there we go. It's dry. I've just brought it inside to try and keep it half decent. But yeah, it's come out a lot better. So I'm really, really pleased with that. Obviously I'm just going to leave it in here for a couple of days just to let it cure properly before we put it back on the car, and then we can start building it back up. I'm going to go and get some paint for spray gun for doing the bumper and the bonnet. Obviously I could have done this with a spray gun, but I'd already bought the cans at that point. I didn't realise we were going to paint in the bonnet or the bumper. I thought I'd try and get one in colour, but didn't work out that way. So, you know, hey-oh. But the good thing is, obviously, they've matched this up with the previous wing, so I can take the can and then they can make me up paint from that. So yeah, all good. What I have done, I had a little bit of painting can left over, so some of the awkward parts, like all in here, I've just quickly gone over and used up on this until I get paint for the spray gun. So yeah, all good stuff. Let's do this one next. Just got a bit of final prep on the bonnet to do. Obviously I've done the primer, I've just got to obviously knock that back, and then there's that little bit there which I've banged down. I just need to put a bit of filler over that and do that one. So we'll do that, and then we'll obviously get this in here. Well, I've got the paint, mask it all up and start shooting some colour. Right, wings paint, I've just been playing about with it. I've got a nice even gap down there. I've got a nice even gap down there. When you look from the front, all the headlight fits lovely. So yeah, I've sealed it all up, as you can see here. Just got trims to put back on here. So there's the quarter trims here, and then there's obviously the indicator here. Now obviously it does look a different colour, but as I have stressed out, ain't been cleaned, ain't been machine polished. There will be a little bit of disparity, and there will be in the bonnet as well, because we've got this to paint, and we've got, which I'm going to attempt next, bumper to paint. So hopefully all goes well. While I was on it, another one ticked off list. I put new aerial in. Sick of getting in car and not hearing any radio, it was annoying, so put that on. Got side repeater in. Like I said, just got this trim to put on back in, but I'm not putting it in just yet. I'll wait. But what I'm going to crack on with next is probably that, which I said I was going to do after I did the wing, but then I did that and that. But anyway, just going to get a quick prep. And what I've got here is because I was doing the front bumper and the bonnet, maybe the back bumper, because there are some marks on it, I don't know yet. I got a litre of paint, just to be on the safe side. It's mixed up off the cans that I did the wing in, so it'll match up with that. So, quick cup of tea, come back, prep that up, mix some paint, cover everything, and shoot some colour. See how it turns out. It's either going to be a roaring success, or it's going to look like a pile of dog-doo. I'll not swear. But anyway, let's crack on. Right then, peeps. It's not finished. I've still got to get a bit more wet sanding and a bit more buffing. But it's not brilliant. I'm not going to lie, it's not brilliant, but it ain't bad. Like I said, these bits here, they look really nasty, but that gets covered with number plate, that gets covered by chrome. You know, these get covered by whiskers and that get covered by a badge, so you don't see them, but it's put it this way, I'm happy and I'm not happy. But it's quite hard to wet sand stuff like this when it's off the car, because it's not rigid. You know, all this is moving about. It needs to really be on car. So what we'll do is we'll get it on car, and then yeah, we'll get into the final wet sand, another mop, and it should look half decent. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. As I said, not 100% happy, but pleased. Alright, good stuff. Right, what we're going to attempt to do now is we're going to attempt to build this bumper back up. So we've got this is obviously the original, which came off it. It was undamaged, so we're going to obviously reuse that. This is original, that's what came off it, but obviously the other one was toast, so we bought another one. So I'm going to get something to protect it on the other side. I'll just flip it over and yeah, start building back up. Let's crack on. Right, had a right nightmare getting this bottom grill bit in, but it's all in. These whiskers, they're not on properly. There's a retaining clips on the back. We need the clips that holds them in. We ain't got none. Badges on, DRLs are on, not plugged in, but we've just propped the bumper on because it's safer being on there than just hanging about. It's obviously got to come off again because we've got the silver bits to put in here, and then we've got these to put, the whiskers to put back on properly. But then after that, it'll go back in final place. We've just got to put a riv nut in this side here where the bumper attaches, because that broke off. So, and then yeah, all good. So yeah, it's coming along quite nice. Let's crack on. Just a quick update on bonnet, should I say. I've knocked it back, wrote it all up. What I'm going to do now is I've just put a little bit of filler primer in some areas where it needed it. I'm just going to go over that with a bit of 1500 grit, so it's got a lovely smoothness to it. And then this will be ready to paint. Obviously I've just got to kicks in at the loveliest time, doesn't it, a generator? Yeah, just gonna obviously mask everything up, and we'll mix some paint and we will go for a paint. See how that turns out. Right, it's all been knocked back. I have gone over it with a bit of pre-paint to get most of the stuff off, but it will need another go over it, and then obviously we'll tack cloth it before we actually attempt to do any paint. But yeah, all good, all ready. Just gotta mask the entire car up. I don't think we'll get it done tonight. It's getting a bit late now. But yeah, who knows, tomorrow might do. See how we get on. Bit of an update for you. Your last saw, I just got it all ready to paint. Oh, we painted it, and we're in garage. Obviously car in here. We've got garage door shut. Masked up, car up. Ready to go. Sprayed it. Got an half decent job on it. And then we needed to get out. And we opened the garage door. I had a bit of a issue. We'd masked the car up. It was quite windy that day, and the wind just happened to catch on the inside, and it blew the plastic onto paintwork. There was a couple of expletives, effing and jeffing all over the place. So yeah, spin you round. Back to square one. It was actually this corner, that coaty toe. I've still got a little bit of prep to do on here, because it literally just ripped all paint up. So I've had to knock it all back again, and as you can see, there's little dots everywhere. It's just for filling some dirt nibs that were in it. And so this time I'm taking bonnet off. Bonnet's coming off. It's going on stand. I'm doing it in here. I didn't want to take bonnet off because I didn't want to disturb the position of it or anything, but I can't go through that again. I've had enough. So yeah, it's just one of these things that happen. So yeah, just have to dust yourself off, start again. So let's crack on. Right, that's it, painted. It's off the car. Not gonna lie, I've got to run here. I've got to run over there. But this is the kind of thing I'm bothered about. It's that bloody thing. So what we'll do is we'll just put that down there so it doesn't blow into it. But yeah, I'm much happier on this one. Right, I'll let that cure. I think I'm gonna have to call it on this one, on this video. It's a lengthy one as it is. Quite a bit achieved, so apart from obviously just cleaning that down because it's covered in stuff we've been rubbing down, it's a case of putting it all back together. So we'll let this dry, we'll get that on the car, we'll get the bumper on the car, wet sand and block them, and then away we go. So yeah, if you do like these videos, then please do consider subscribing. We're noticing that we've got a lot of watchers, but those watchers, we've got more watchers than we've got subscribers. Subscription's free. I don't know if you know that. YouTube subscription is free. We don't charge anything for it, and as far as I'm aware, YouTube aren't going to start. They might do it in the future, but at the moment they're not. So please do consider subscribing. Yeah, drop us a comment if you feel you need to drop us a comment. I try and respond to those that do. So yeah, just we'll see you in the next one, and hopefully we'll get that back on car. See you next one.